Oh, wow. So I just got out of the hot spring. Today is going to be 88, 89 degrees, cool. I say cool compared to 120 degrees that we can experience. I think I've even heard up to 130 degrees in the sun. Folks, I'll be hanging with the Slab City Summer Pros, specifically Dreamcatcher, who has done several summers here in Slab City. I can't say I'm excited, but I am anticipating staying in fellowship with my community. Yeah. Why am I doing this, right? I sometimes ask myself this over and over. It's taken me 4 years to get here to Slab City, and I'm finally here, and I don't want to leave. And that means enduring a summer since I don't want to leave. Hi Erin, welcome to the live stream. I just got out of the hot spring. My hair is still wet. It's warm in the camper van. Man, the bombers were really bad. So if you don't know what bombers are, they're giant black horseflies. Yes. Hi Rebecca, welcome. Thank you for joining me live. This actually seems to be a really good time on a Sunday. I wanted to show you also a few pieces of important gear that I have for my summer preparations. So let me flip the camera around. You can see that fan hanging there. It's got these bendable feet. Yes, bombers do have stingers. They have like these long proboscises that they use to dig into people. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too, Rebecca. Welcome. So I got this fan. This is actually to cool my computer equipment down. But it seems like in the most brutal aspects of summer, I'll be outside most of the time. So I'm going to get a kiddie pool, so I'll be working in that. But I can't get my equipment wet, you know, like my computer or my device, so I'm not sure how that'll work. I'll probably only be able to work at night after sunset. Okay, here is another piece of important summer gear. This is to hit the bombers with. Unfortunately, the electronics stopped working, so it's just the racket. Okay, next we have a fan. This has movable feet, so I can put it anywhere I want, including hanging it upside down like a monkey. All right, the next piece of equipment that I have is this water spritzer. Hi Alejandro, welcome. And it's in this backpack. You folks know what this is? In the chat, you know what it is? That will allow me to shower. Yes, hi Treva. I have definitely been experimenting with that. On days when it's in the mid 90s, like 93 and up, it gets quite uncomfortable in the van. And I've experienced mid 90s to like 97, 98 in Bishop, California. So what would happen is I'd have my doctor's appointments in Bishop, and so I'd have to drop down in elevation from the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains to go to the doctor's appointments. And you know, so that was the hottest I've ever experienced, being in the van. So I'm about to embark on quite a survivalist journey. So the worst months to be here in the summer are June, July, and August. So it's like 12 weeks of really intense heat. And I would imagine that it will be punctuated with like breaks, breaks in the heat. You know, like we might get a day here and there where it's like 95 degrees or 92. And then I know the monsoon comes in, I think like August, September. So one of the reasons why I stopped going to the Flagstaff, Arizona area in the summer was because I didn't want to face the monsoons, truth be told. Because what would happen is, you know, we'd stay in national forest and then they'd get all muddy and mucky and full of these deep mud puddles, and the bottom carriage of my van would get all muddy and caked with mud. I remember it took months to get that caked mud off of the bottom, so I don't know how I'll handle monsoons when it's intense heat. So keep in mind my escape plan, if I just can't hack it, is to turn the key on the van. That's my escape plan. Most people that stay here in the summer, they do so because they absolutely have to. My secondary reason is to save money. Being a nomad is expensive these days for a lot of people. Gas prices are jacked up. You know, the economy is just like, back in 2013, gas was a lot cheaper. I think it was like $2 cheaper than it is now. Maybe even $2.50 cheaper. And then the area that I like to go to in the mountains, I don't know what it is, but they just seem to really capitalize on jacking the prices up, simply because it takes more effort to get the gasoline into the mountains, I guess. So it's like $2 and $3 even more on top of what the rest of the nation is paying. So yeah. I am planning to be here for the summer and hang out with some of the badass, best survivalists of our day. So today was really surprising. That's right, Dot is a master of knowing how to cool down an area. I think she layers her shaded area with sheets and sprays down the sheets. Yeah, that's right. I was hanging out with her yesterday. She was working on a little resting room for people that come in the summer. She told me that people actually will come in on some of the hottest days in the summer. You know, they come in their air-conditioned cars, so why not, right? And then they get out and they want a tour. So she has like misters. She'll spray them down. She'll give them bottles of water, and they'll do the tour. And she's awesome. She's so creative. Yes, I'll be hanging out with Dot some this summer as well. Dreamcatcher is my summer mentor. I have videos of Dreamcatcher on here. Be sure to check those out. Yeah, so this morning I got up and I had this whole plan. I was going to walk to the hot spring and go to the internet station and charge up my iPad. Actually, you know what? I should do that now. I need to update my iPad. And the internet has been really sucky slow in the middle of town. I mean, sluggish. I can't even go live. it's been really frustrating. I went for a walk the other day and went live and basically got chewed out by a few slabber locals because they thought I was pointing the camera at them. So I was like, oh, maybe it's not a good idea to walk down the middle of Slab City after the snowbirds have all left with my camera as though it could be videoing people. Not a good idea. So I learned my lesson. Oh, check out my art. So I do digital art. Do you guys like that? Do you want to see that up on my... Oh, by the way, I have a new membership store. If you go to the link in my description, click on shop, and then I have my best photographs. Pretty much all of them are of my life here in Slab City, since that's the huge reason why my channel is growing, is because I'm here. I mean, I love the Eastern Sierra Nevada, and I'd love to take you guys on that journey one of these summers. But for now, that's what we have up in the shop. We have pictures, photographs for sale. Now, what I do with these, yeah, bombers are a horsefly, Dakota. Big black horseflies like this big. Some of them are bigger, with like white specks or silver gray specks on their back. So I will put that image up for sale. I also made this one. That could be nice on like a t-shirt. So right now I don't have a merch store, but I'm thinking about putting one together. But for now, people can print out high resolution images, and you could take them to like Shutterfly and get them printed out on a mug or a shirt, or you know what I should be doing is I do have an account with Fine Art America where you can order merch and you could put the images on like 100 different types of merch. Does that sound interesting? Let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So I showed Dot my art, and she's like, you should do that on real canvas with real paint. I don't have any canvas or real paint. So that's why I do it digitally. I don't even have a place to put canvases and paint in my van, because my van, look at it. You like that, Trevor? Cool. My van is like stuffed to the gills. I even got rid of a whole bunch of clothes. And then I lost a bunch of clothes at a laundromat. Weird occurrence. So there's a small town here called Calipatria. And one day I went to go do my laundry right before I was going to go grocery shopping. And so I threw the laundry in as usual. And then this woman comes in and she stands right next to the washing machine where I was. And she starts talking at me like, blah, blah, blah. And I just got really overwhelmed. So I like threw my clothes in. You know, I was trying to get out of there. I was trying to get away from her. So I shut my clothes in one of those giant front loaders, big silver giant ones that can take like a lot of clothes. I had a lot of clothes that day. Threw in my soap and hit like the warm cycle, and made sure the door was locked. And then when I turned it on, I saw like water starting to come in, and then I turned around and left. Didn't think anything of it. Got away from her, got my laundry started, went back to the van, had a snack, did some online work, came back an hour later, and I looked down into the washer, and the clothes were like still dry on top with some water at the bottom. And I go to open the hatch to get my clothes out, and it wouldn't open. And I'm like wrestling with it. For like 10 minutes I was trying to open it. Finally I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? There's no number on the wall to call anybody. So I decided to walk next door. There's a school bus, Treva, that I found abandoned that I'm wanting. The thing is, it's not my camp. So first of all, I have to ask. And then next I have to find the owner of the abandoned place. Then I have to pay someone to move it, which would be, I have no idea, probably like $1,000 at least, or several $100s to move the bus. So that would be something that I would love to do, because the bus, yes, it's a fixer-upper, but I could probably fix it up and clean it up enough to live out of, or, you know, have it as like a living room or something. It's so cool. I have it up on my TikTok. I call it my Lil Blue bus, or just Lil Blue for short. It's named after Lil Dumplin', which is Dreamcatcher's dog. So I walked next door, back to the laundromat story. I walked next door to the gas station where there's a teller, and you know, it's a food mart too. Sorry for my fingernails. It's yuck, I gotta clip them. So I go in and there's a guy at the registry and I'm like, hi Cricket. Hi Billy Billups from UK. You're so sweet. I know, the Lil Blue would be like a mansion for me for sure. I could stand up in her. So I go to the guy and I said, hey, my clothes got stuck in the big loader. Can you guys help me? And come to find out that the gas station owns the laundromat. The Calipatria laundromat is a no-go. Let me tell you, it took me 2 weeks to get those clothes. 2 weeks. And then they only gave me like a quarter of the clothes that I had in the washer, and they must have thrown them away. I had given up hope of ever getting the clothes back. So anyway, that's my laundromat story. So from now on, I'll be going to the Brawley laundromat or the El Centro one. Well, even though it's abandoned, it's on land. It says for rent, but the sign on it is like decades old. So my friend Wisdom and I are the ones that explored and discovered it. So we're going to see if we can find the owner of the land and ask if we can just take it, if we can get it, if we can haul it off. So, and it's a huge bus. And the tires are all flat. Well, no. I think all the tires were flat. The back ones might be okay. But when I'm in a position where we can actually, and oh, there's this massive barrier with this huge post. It's like 3 feet across, no, 2 feet across, thick post, which would have to be moved with like a tractor or some kind of 4-wheel drive. Yeah, so it's quite an undertaking to rescue Lil Blue if I ever am able to acquire her. So I believe I will. I shut her back door so that, you know, animals can still get in, I suppose. So yeah, check out Lil Blue on TikTok. Look for the bus images. I should put some on YouTube too. I think I deleted all the videos though, because I had to make room on my phone, because my phone keeps running out of storage. It only has 64 gigabytes. Yeah, I will be utilizing my friend's camp outdoor space. I'm also building a shade structure, so I will be able to be outdoors as well. And my current plan is to get probably a blow-up pool, because it has comfortable seating in it, so I can sit on it and be wet and work during, well, probably not work, but nap. Maybe like nap and read and listen to music, because I think it'll be too hot even to run my devices. Yeah. Yes, so I need to update my iPad, so I should be doing that. Software update. Oh. I actually have to connect to the internet. Darn, it's not going to work. The internet station yesterday, the password didn't work. Then I tried to contact the person that oversees it, and he didn't answer my text. He still hasn't answered my text. Wow, we have 17 people in here. Woo! Thank you for joining me live. Hey, be sure to hit those thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do that. Also, check out my Ko-fi community, link in the description. It's the equivalent of Patreon. So it gives you the opportunity to support the channel, you know, either through one-time donation or monthly support. There's 3 membership tiers, so check it out, link in the description. Always appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs ups. The thumbs up. So let's see, what am I going to do the rest of today? So it's Sunday Fun Day. So I was getting ready to tell you a different story earlier. When I woke up, my plan was to walk to the hot spring. Yes, I have eaten 𝐬𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐢 cooking. I had his Lord of the Fries. I've also had his fried chicken, which was out of this world. It was incredibly delicious and crunchy. No, I haven't had any pushback from slabbers about staying the summer. Just like offers of help, which so that's deeply appreciated. So that shows me that that my friends want me to stay, which is an honor that I don't take lightly. So obviously, you know, summers are tough, but there are some good perks as well. The perks that I want are, you know, just love and connection, you know, whether it's romantic love or brotherly love or sisterly love. I just, you know, I'm not saying I'm tired of being alone. It's just that I need something different. After all the years of being alone on the road, I found myself getting lonely and wanting deeper connection. Thank you, Twisted Tales with Tuesday. I really appreciate hearing that. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, no way, no. I get it, you know. We live in a cushy society, and I have been part of that for 50 years. This is my 50th year of life. And I'm used to living with air conditioning, controlled environments, air conditioning in the car, air conditioning in the classroom. Thank you, Treva. So this is a new skill set that I am developing. So I have had a desire for many years to learn to live off of grid. Van life helped prepare me for that. But I also have a desire. Thank you, adding to your bag of awesome. That's so sweet. I also have a great desire to build community again. I've been part of intentional communities before in the past and had really great, enriching experiences. It's not easy living in community with, you know, other people, but being in community with like-minded people, it helps. And it's such a different bag than for me. I've not had good experiences trying to survive in Western civilization. I don't fit in. I don't fit into the 9 to 5. Hi, Karina. So therefore I sought, thank you, yes, it's not really my nature to be confrontational. And it's been an art and a science to learn how to diffuse confrontation. Really, confrontation is about helping people solve what each other wants and using non-violent communication to help people sort through that and to make compromises where people are willing to make compromises. So yes, I do bring some things to the table here in community, having been part of intentional communities for a while. Yes, Alejandro, so I get water, we get water from tanks. My camp host purchases those water tanks, big giant white cubes, and we pay like $40 for each of those giant, I think they're 300 gallon or 500 gallon water cubes, and that lasts us several months. I drink about a gallon of water when it's not hot out. When it's hot, in the middle of the summer, I'll probably be drinking at least 2 gallons of water, I'm told. So that's literally drinking constantly and continually throughout the day. I do have a freezer now. Here, I'll show it to you. So here's my fridge. It's called a 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐸 fridge. Now, keep in mind, I have not had a fridge ever until a month ago. I finally took some of my savings and invested in a fridge. And I hope that it lasts like many years. So, yeah. And it's huge. It's a massive fridge. First I had it in the front passenger side seat, but then it wasn't getting enough circulation. So I put it outdoors under a canopy, and then I made room for it here in the van where it gets better circulation around here. So yes. And so I have some frozen organic vegetables in it right now, and some eggs, a portable water cooler. I'm fine actually drinking warm water or tap, like lukewarm is fine with me. Actually, this stainless steel container keeps water quite cool. Now, when it was, hi, Fleur. When it was 95 degrees, this was like lukewarm. I may get a small bag of ice, but I need to put it in a freezer. And I do have a small freezer. Yes, I do use evaporative cooling. I will wet my clothes or put a wet towel on my head or around my neck. Yeah, I have an orange towel. I call it my cape. And then I hear that people will go to bed with a wet sheet on in the middle of the summer here and have a fan going so they can get a couple of hours of sleep before the sheet dries. They wake up, re-wet it, rinse it, and repeat. Yes. Yeah, I think that'll make a world of difference, Twisted Tails, sitting in a kiddie pool. Yeah. A comfy, cushy, blow-up kiddie pool with seats in it. Although I like to lay down, so I want to be able to sleep in it without drowning. I keep wheeling back to this, what I was going to do this morning. So I mentioned earlier I was going to walk to the hot springs, but there were friends at the range, and we spent the night in the range parking lot. If you don't know what the range is, it's our open mic live music venue put on by a man named Builder Bill, who has been running it for 25 years. Oh, cool. Wow, great. So you know all about this, Twisted Tails. So you slept in water. Let me see that again. You slept in a water-filled bathtub with a pillow and a sheet when you lost power last summer. Wow, what state are you located in where it got that hot? Was it hot and humid? Those are the worst combinations, is when it's hot and humid. So my friends and I were spending the night in the parking lot, and then when I went to leave, one of my friends said, "Hey, you want to have breakfast with us?" And I was like, "What? Oh, I didn't know you were having breakfast." So we had a goodbye to the snowbirds breakfast in the parking lot of the range. Oh, you were hot very last year in England. Oh man, I want to go to England. I've been to England one time, and that was near London. My plane landed in London. I had visited a girlfriend in Namibia, Africa, and there was a layover in London, and they had to put me up in a motel because I had to stay overnight because the layover was so long. So I had the opportunity to go walking around near a little small town just outside of London. It was so charming. I'll never forget, like, the English gardens and all the wildflowers, and then I went out to a dinner at this I think it was called like a Black Horse Diner or something. So quaint. Absolutely delicious dinner. Some of my favorite TV programs are English drama, like BBC period drama are my absolute favorites. My favorites are like the Charles Dickens, like Curiosity Shop, Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist. I just eat those up. And then there's Lark Rise to Candleford. Do any of those ring a bell? Absolutely love the British Isles and England. And I've actually had a dream. Oh yes, I would totally love to see the Beatrix Potter home. I love, have you seen the Beatrix Potter cartoons? They're watercolor cartoons. They look just like the illustrations. I used to watch them before bedtime. I should get into that again. Yeah, so one of my dreams is to RV around the British Isles. So Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales. Puppy dogs without tails. Yeah, so we had this scrumptious breakfast this morning. No, I haven't watched Barnaby, although it does sound familiar. Is it a comedy? So we had scrambled eggs. I cooked up some really nice vegetables with seasoning. It had cauliflower, carrots, broccoli. I added garlic for flavoring, some freeze-dried onions, a dusting of sea salt, and some oregano. Oh, okay. And it's an inspector show. I don't typically like mysteries, but I did get into the Sherlock Holmes series. Hi, Darla. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for joining us live today for the first time. Sunday afternoon seems to be a golden time for us to have a catch up and chat. So there were about 10 of us nomads that showed up for this goodbye brunch. You like the older ones of Barnaby? I'll have to check it out on YouTube. Is it on YouTube? This is my chapstick, this olive oil. I can't find my chapstick. I'm trying to get myself weaned off of my chapstick addiction. It's terrible. You know, like some people are addicted to cigarettes or alcohol or drugs. I'm addicted to my lips being moist all the time. It's so silly. And if my lips start cracking, I like pick at the skin. So I try to prevent it from doing that. Aw. All right, so I can find it on YouTube, Fleur? And Fleur, didn't you say you're in France? I'd love to visit France. I'd love to do a whole Carmex. Carmex must be another show. I'd love to do a whole RVing Europe trip someday. That's my big dream. Cool. Do you have a French accent? They're very lovely. So are English accents. Yes, so back to brunch this morning. Well, this afternoon, actually. So it was massive. We had bacon, we had scrambled eggs with tomatoes and onion, and we had my veggie mix. What else did we have? Potatoes. 3 hours from the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, wow. France is closer to the ocean than I realized. I thought it was much farther inland. Yeah, so we hung out for about 2 hours, just chatting it up. Wow, you go to the beach every month. That's quite a trip. That's like 6 hours round trip, unless you like spend the night or spend a few days. Hopefully you can. Sounds lovely. So I haven't been to the beach since 2014. Yeah, my second year on the road. My dog, Rochelle, who is now deceased, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Pickles. Pickles was her nickname. Wow, you go for 10 days. What do you guys live, the laptop lifestyle or something? That's so cool. That sounds like an amazing life. So we went to Oregon, the Oregon coast, which is absolutely gorgeous in the summer when it's not raining all the time. I know, Rochelle Claire Pickles. God rest her soul. God bless her soul, bless her heart. So she was my canine companion for 15 years. Half of her life she spent living in the van here with me. So we went to Lincoln City, Oregon, and we spent like 2 months there. We stayed in the casino parking lot. You're very, very simple. Cool, nothing wrong with that. Right, so there was free camping in the casino parking lot so long as we participated in playing, gambling. So I got a gambling card, but I'm not really. Oh, cool, you have a camper. Nice. Whoa, so are you like full-time, part-time nomads in Europe? I know that there are people that are nomadic in Europe and they travel around in their camper vans. You just live around here. Cool. Like, do you have a house or do you live full-time in your camper? Part-time. Nice. Nothing wrong with that either. Whatever makes you happy. So I am full-time in this van again. Yeah, I just made the decision like, I don't know, about a month ago to be single again and live out of my van, be here in Slab City. So I'll be here full-time in Slab City until it's time for the next thing in life. You know how life is. I mean, I would like to do van life, you know, at least part-time, go for like short trips, but I really want to be around to help build community here. I feel very strongly. The internal compass is really strong for me to be here in Slab City. Yes, I am happy. Yeah, I have one rule in my life is that whatever I'm doing, I do it because it makes me happy. So there probably will be aspects that get on my nerves and irritate me and things like that, but I'm sure I'll move through them. So, yeah. Well, I really appreciate you all joining me live today. This has been an amazing conversation. She is well. Thank you for asking. Yes, and her little dog and kitty too. So I want to invite you to check out my coffee community, link in the description, if you'd like to support this channel, and also my work here in Slab City. Get down with the kick down, as we say. Consider a monthly membership or a one-time donation. It's all appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.